And one of our great agents, Steve Miner, is working with a buyer who is purchasing a home with a pool.
Yeah.
And so Steve says the pool is covered, and the buyer and Steve want to make sure that they're not going to have any problems after purchasing the house and opening the pool up. So the pool itself has apparently been cared for by the owners and not a pool company, because normally you could go, what, Brad? You go back to the pool company, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You
And
can
ask
kind
them.
of get the records from them. Right.
But in this case, the owner's been doing this. So what would
Okay.
you suggest in terms of inspections, and what else is going to help any buyer who's listening for us who may be in a similar situation during this time of the year before closing on the house and taking possession?
So yeah, so what we do in situations like this to do any sort of pool or spa inspection during the winter, you're limited on what you can see. Okay. So we can get to probably all the equipment. We can look for, leaks in the lines.
Mm-hmm.
We can get the ages on all of of the pumps and filters. We can, check electrical disconnects. We can do all of those aspects of it. But what we can't do is we're not running water through them. And most of the times we can't see the liners, which is what people want to see. So here, the week between Christmas and New Year's, we actually went back out to a house that the sellers agreed to uncover so that our pool inspector could take a look at the liner, because it's important to the buyer. The seller says, I've got nothing to hide. But most of the times, the pools have been professionally closed by someone. They didn't, they don't, the sellers aren't willing to open it back up. So in those cases, it's kind of like, the air conditioning units. We're not running air conditioning units right now. So I can't check to see if an air conditioner is working in cold temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
So in those cases, and I know that I've heard, some of the attorneys, including Chuck, talk about, how my escrow stuff, or, come to some sort of agreement where a full inspection will be done once the pool is able to be opened back up.
Mm-hmm.
If not right now, as cold as it is, and snow and ice and everything else out there. So, but yeah, we're limited into what we can actually see, and we know that we can't run anything during these cold temps.
All right. That hopefully that helps. And might want to suggest to any potential seller that if you are planning on selling your home this year during maybe the colder months when the pool is closed up, you might want to have a pool company inspect it, so that just before it gets closed up, or if you close it up yourself, just do an inspection so you've got record of the fact that it's been looked at and professionally inspected. And then take a couple of pictures, wide pictures and then some tighter pictures of the actual pool itself, to show how nice the setting is, so that when you do list it, if you give the pictures to your agent, for us, we'd love that. We'd put those online with the rest of the pictures that we take and that they would take. We are out of time. My thanks, of course, to Chuck Crosby. He is the owner of the Crosby Law offices. You can pick the closing attorney that you want. Not only does he do closings, but, and we talk about this all the time, he does wills, living wills, powers of attorney, durable power of attorney, healthcare surrogate paperwork, and real estate closings. And that's just a small part of it. We thank him. You can reach Chuck anytime, 499-6360. Also, Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service and Team Bug Out, the #1 home team inspection service now in the United States, 9 years in a row. A great team. You can reach Brad anytime at 844-411-TEAM. And if you are thinking of selling your home this year or next year, or buying a home, I would love to help you. Personally, you just simply call me. I'll come out. We'll talk about the path and what needs to be done or not needs to be done. It may be very easy for that, and we'll come up with a timeline, and it's free and no obligation. So you can reach me at 376-5483, or go to bobsellslouisville.com and fill out the form and hit submit. That's it. We're out of time. See you next Sunday right here on News Radio 840 WHAS.